Good morning, Earth Dimension! My name is Nayaka, and today we're gonna be making my middle school OC extra cringe! Now it's okay, so this specific piece was one of my first semester character design finals, and what the assignment was is that we were told to draw any humanoid character we wanted. Now, as a woman of many OCs, I thought this should be simple enough. All I had to do really was fish around my archives for the most Nayaka character that I could have possibly had. And so, in that search, what I found was this sort of goofy, quirky, fun-loving, terrifying child named Maya. And honestly, her backstory is the most middle school thing ever, but we lived. So what she was is this love child to two really powerful magical people. A superhero with the power of telepathy, and an ex-member of a crime ring with the power to literally manipulate real life. However, due to trauma, the couple have decided to raise Maya as a completely normal girl. So basically, she doesn't know about the past, she doesn't know about magic, she doesn't believe in magic, and most importantly, she doesn't know that she inherited both of her parents' superpowers. So I might have oversimplified and called Maya's mom's power telepathy, but what it really is that she's able to telepathically control another person's blood pressure. It's super specific, but that's literally her power. She's just what, you're angry? I'm gonna make you angrier. And now you're gonna explode because all your blood vessels are popped. Congrats, you've died. Her dad, on the other hand, used to be part of this criminal duo called theater and cinema. So they're twins and their powers sort of go hand in hand. Theater had the ability to manipulate his appearance and fit into any role the same way that an actor would. Meanwhile, cinema had the power to manipulate the world around him as if he was directing a movie in real time. Some drama happened a long time ago, right? Maya's mom was on the good side, in quotes. Meanwhile, theater and cinema were basically groomed into living a life of crime. Cinema one day fell in love with Maya's mom and escaped the crime ring to join her cause instead. Now, this caused the world of evil to shake because for the longest time, theater and cinema were the pillars of the evil movement. So without one of the twins, the entire tower just toppled down. You probably figured this out by now, but cinema is Maya's dad. Meanwhile, theater is Maya's estranged uncle. Now, like I said in the beginning, Maya absolutely does not know that she has magical powers. Maya's parents choose to ignore the fact that she has magical powers. However, it seems as if there's a singular person in this entire stupid world who would just so love if Maya would just embrace her powers instead. And of course, it is nobody we should be worried about. It's just some old trustworthy hag with a personal vendetta against her father. But yeah, so the rest of the story basically follows Maya's corruption arc as her uncle basically kinda grooms her into becoming an unstoppable teenage war machine. Like I said, I came up with this story all the way back in middle school, so I don't exactly have the specifics down yet. All I know is I love a teenage war machine, you love a teenage war machine, and we especially love when it looks like they play the ukulele because of Steven Universe collect Hatsune Miku paraphernalia and shipped Sans Undertale with Sans Undertale. Now, with that said, though Maya's story had been left relatively unchanged over the years, I never really quite landed on a single design for her. She's usually depicted to be this 12, 16-year-old girl who dresses kind of edgy but is very obviously cringe. Even when I made her up back in 2016, she's still incredibly cringe for that era. It's just that with the kind of power that Maya holds, it had always been so important to me to emphasize the fact that she's literally just some kid. So, however it is that I chose to draw Maya at the time, I would always draw her in what I thought at the time was the weirdest possible thing. The weirdest but achievable possible thing. This one is a baby Shibuya girly, you know what I mean? She doesn't have the money to buy all the accessories yet, nor does she have the parental permission to get all these piercings and tattoos and dye her hair a crazy color, so she's kinda stuck, looking like a 14-year-old who spends way too much time on the internet, because that's exactly what she is. When it comes to general design motifs, I believe that with Maya, it used to just be a black and red color scheme. And then over time, I started introducing devil horns and then rabbits into her design. And it wasn't until super recently that I start associating Maya with canine animals. So officially, Maya's powers are called animation and puppeteering because a lot of what her power is that she's able to animate non-living things. So she starts small with like little origami cranes or like little pebbles, and then over time she sort of moves up in the ranks by animating dead animals and then corpses and then entire groups of people. So because the main character of the story is a puppeteer who is being puppeted by another person at the top, control and manipulation and training sort of become a really big theme in the story. And because of that, I thought that a dog like Woof Woof would be like a pretty good animal to represent Maya with, because with the right training, any old dog could either be a toddler's best friend or a hunter. You know what I mean? And then of course there's that whole thing about how dogs like chihuahuas used to be like wolves, like actual wolves, that we were just like, what if it was cute? What if this beast of the wild went "Arf, arf, arf, arf," and we put it in a sweater? That would be so cute and funny! So yeah, dogs just felt incredibly fitting for Maya. So these days I like to put her in this little beanie hat where like if you fold the ends it looks a little bit like doggy ears, and then I would put her in a little collar. In this drawing I think it's a spiky collar. In some of the drawings that I did for Maya, I gave her this little backpack that looks like a dead cat, which I like to think is an actual dead cat. I wouldn't put it past her to skin a cat and put a little pencil case in it. And then outside of clothes, on her face, is like this little cleft lip. So cleft lips are like this thing some people are born with where like their upper lip and then the roof of their mouth are like split. But I thought if I were to simplify it enough in my drawings, it would start to look a little bit more like those things, that little cleft that dogs have in the middle of their nose and mouth. Yeah! I can't imagine that this would be my final redesign of Maya, so maybe sometime in the future I should emphasize her like doggy motifs, but this is what she looks like right now. As a design, I can't exactly accept this as Maya, but as a standalone drawing, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. It's kind of cute, right? Like, it's super cute. It's kind of giving me, like, young girl targeted marketing. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like one of those, like, trading cards you want to eat. Like Love and Berry. Y'all ever play Love and Berry? Oh my god. I never played it myself because I was always afraid that if I did start, people would find out that I was only playing to look at the cute girls, but I digress. I'm honestly kind of torn on how I feel about this drawing because, like, if the goal was to convey Maya as this insane character from a really fun and interesting story, then I didn't do it. Because the person I drew here is not the OP 14-year-old I described. However, if the assignment was to draw the most you drawing you could have possibly drawn, then I succeeded. Because what I did here was also just a stereotype of the typical Nayaka ottororin drawing. Cute girl, lots of colors, fun pose, deeply ingrained crazy storyline that you can really only find out through watching her YouTube channel. It has everything. The only thing this is really missing is like a sad song and an unrequited romance, because outside of that, it's a complete package. But yeah, I guess I'll redesign Maya again someday. Maybe I should redesign her entire crew. Do I have the time for that? Oh well. I guess until then, this is all I have for you. I think I'll be able to stream a lot more frequently now that school is like chilling out a little bit, so if you ever wanted to pop in and hang, now's a good time. Also, I have a Ko-fi if you ever wanted to financially support me. I appreciate it greatly. I would appreciate so much, in fact, that if you give me a donation over $4, I would draw you something. I also just straight up do commissions anyway, so there's a lot of ways you can get a drawing from me. And if you're here because you're waiting for the next episode of Playlist of Color Palettes, don't worry, I'm still doing that series. I just want to be uploading different videos in the meantime. But with that, I guess I ought to wrap this video up. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Please have a good day. And remember that some of y'all gotta learn how to private your Pinterest boards, man. Jesus Christ.